Baller Profile. My name is Jeremiah Jackson, and today we are tuned in for a special episode talking about legacy, talking about tradition, and a little bit of more. So thank you guys for joining us today. And first off, how are all of you doing today?
Good.
Great. Good.
Now we're going to go down the line. We're going to first start off with you, Aaron. You know, spectacular was the word used to describe your game in the article I read, and also you're in the Hall of Fame as well. And you talked about your fondest memory playing here at UF, winning the District 22 championship during your freshman year. Now, taking a trip down memory lane, could you tell us about that moment and why it was so memorable?
Yeah, it was easy because we had no seniors on that team, so no one really expected much from us. We started 2 freshmen and 3 juniors. So going into the year, we didn't know, how we would be. But as the season went on, we obviously had the best player in the history of the school, Randy Quartercracks, on our team. So he kind of carried us. But we did end up winning the district. Went to Kansas City, played in the NAIA tournament out there. Ended up losing our first game to Central Washington. But it was just, it was a testament to the team. Having no old guys, so we all kind of bonded as young players, kind of like this team this year. They have no seniors, and they're kind of finding their way through. So it was a good experience.
Yeah. And now, Max, for you, your dad being a Hall of Famer here at UF and playing basketball here at UF, how much of the love of the game for basketball was inspired by your dad?
Everything. I mean, from the day I was born, I was already in the gym. So, from the day that we were, and he was a head coach. So, being there with him, being in the gym all the time, it really just built my love. My brother played. So, just seeing him, knowing his success, and my brother had success, so knowing that, it really just built my love for the game.
Yeah, and now for you, John, I know how amazing it is for you to experience, seeing your son out on the floor for the same team you geared up for. But staying on the topic of Oiler legacy, can you share a fond memory of your time here at UF as well?
I think just being here, you go back and you see Coach Hotteshell and his legacy, and then Coach Niekamp, and now Coach Ernst, and it's a fraternity. I don't think there's one special moment, but when you go into a gym and you see everybody, just like tonight, there was probably 10 former players here, excluding us 4. Obviously, we're going to be here with our kids, but I think that's what Oiler basketball is about, and just everybody knowing everyone, the fraternity of it, and hopefully our kids can continue that. The 4 of us, we talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Josh, knowing your father was an alma mater here at Findlay, how much of a factor did that play into your decision coming here?
It played a big factor. Obviously, my mom also went here too, and I've always been around Findlay. All of us, myself and my sisters, have all been around Findlay since we were little, so when I got offered here, it was just always a second home. That was all in the back of my mind the whole time, and it's played a huge factor, and it's been great.
Yeah. And now, Mark, for you, also in the Findlay Hall of Fame, known for being an offensive guard with a natural shooting stroke, describe what that means to be in the Hall of Fame and how your love for the game was passed down to your son, and how similar you feel your playing styles are with one another.
I think, things like the Hall of Fame are nice, and it's nice to be able to share that with your kids. To see your picture hanging on the wall is pretty special.
Yeah.
But, like John said, this is a culture here. When you think about the past, there's only been, 3 head coaches here in the last several years. And all great dynasties are like that, kind of like the Pittsburgh Steelers. But, no, I think it's something special here with the culture, the brotherhood, and just, representing the Findlay community and the past players. It was an awesome experience. And watching Jake on the court, I would say he reminds me a lot of how I used to play. He's hard-nosed and gets after it. And very blessed to be able to watch him play here at the University of Findlay.
And now, Jake, for you, we all try to emulate our parents in some way. How has your dad inspired your style of play?
He's been a great mentor, and ever since I was a kid, he just always kind of hammered to be tough, play hard, nonstop. So, he's been a great mentor, and blessed to have him as a dad.
Yeah. And Brad, an amazing situation for you and your family where not only you and your two sons, but also your father and your daughter were Oilers as well. And I read an article where you talked about how your experience and memories here at UF contributed to why your children chose to come here. You know, and I want you to expound on your experience and how that contributed to your sons playing here.
I think it's just being around good people, you know, the beliefs here, the value system, you know, just being around Coach Niekamp and the people we met here, some who are still around. And, you know, I think they treat you like family, and I think that was a big factor. And you know, the kids coming here too, knowing Charlie would treat them like his own. And I think that's your only hope for a parent, you know, when you send them off to college, they have that mentor. And I think that's part of the, again, like the guy said, that's part of the culture here.
Yeah. And Ben and Jake, you know, I had the pleasure to play with my older brother in high school on the football field for 1 year, and it was such an amazing experience. But for you two to be able to play with one another and carry on this tradition, being here at UF, you know, doing it together, how special is that for you guys?
Yeah, it's pretty special, I'd say. Growing up, we've been playing with each other, football, basketball, like you said, probably the last 8 years or so. So being able to carry that into the college level and just always having someone to look forward to being with, it makes it a lot easier. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with him. It makes things a lot easier having someone always look back on. You know, we might fight a lot, but we're each other's best friends, so it's just easy.
Yeah. Thank you guys for all joining us today. And thank you guys for tuning in to this special episode talking about Oiler legacy and tradition. And thank you guys for watching Oiler Profile.